Hey guys, it's Kayla. So today I am going to be coming at you with another storytime video. And this is going to be the storytime of how I got cheated on with my first boyfriend, if you even want to call him that, I don't know. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. So my freshman year, I was friends with this girl who, we're gonna call her Callie for the sake of this video. I became friends with Callie and we became really close. We hung out all the time. I would have considered her one of my best friends during my freshman year of high school, and she had this friend that she went to middle school with, and for the sake of this video, we're gonna call him Alex. So it was one of her friends that she'd known for who knows how many years. And because I was friends with her, I'd also hang out with him a lot too. And we would all hang out as like a group, and we'd hang out with like mutual friends, so there'd be just like a whole group of us like hanging out. And the end of my freshman year, I started thinking to myself, I'm like, ooh, I think I kind of like Alex, he's kind of funny. And I also had this problem my freshman year where I didn't think I like deserved anyone that was like really good for me or just like a top-notch gentlemanly guy. But if somebody else liked me that was like really attractive, was really intelligent, or just was like really friendly, had a lot going for them, then I would think that it was a joke. I would brush it off and be like, oh, someone paid them to like ask me out, someone's paying them to like flirt with me, like it's a bet, or who knows. I had little faith in myself. So because of that, I kind of fell for this guy because he wasn't the best guy, obviously for obvious reasons because of this video. Anyways, to get on with the story, I started realizing that I liked him, and then on the last week of my freshman year, I kind of like had the feeling that he liked me too, like the way that we would like start texting each other, and he'd always put in like little winky faces, and then on the very last day of my freshman year, he asked me out to a movie. And let me also just give you the background. I was like the shyest person ever. Like I never even told my parents if I ever had a crush on a guy because they would like tease me relentlessly. And so like I had a fear of like telling them. So when Alex asked me out, I like freaked out a little bit. I'm like, oh my god, this is great. Like I like a guy and he likes me back and he asked me to a movie. Like this is so exciting. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll have to ask my parents' permission. So because I was so shy and it made me super nervous, it literally took me all like, I don't even know, like a month throughout the summertime to get up the guts to like ask my parents' permission if I could go to the movies with this guy who asked me out. And he was getting, I mean, I don't blame him, he was getting kind of frustrated and kept asking me like every other day, like, hey, did you ask your parents yet? And I'd be like, no, sorry, not yet, I'm sorry. For some reason I couldn't even like tell him that it just made me really nervous. I was just not a very open person. I was very shy. I was very like closed off. I like didn't tell a lot of people things. So finally we like go to the movies together. I think during like July. School got out in June. It was like sometime in like late July when we finally got to go to the movies together. And then in early August is when the county fair where I live kind of rolls into town. And so he texted me, he's like, hey, we should go to the fair together. I'm like, yeah, that'd be really cool. So we went together. So basically that's like another date, obviously, because we went together. And he like texted me and he's like, would it be okay if I like held your hand while we're there? And I was like, no, my parents are gonna be there. I don't want them to like see us holding hands. So we went along, but I was also afraid to like be alone with him because I am a very shy freshman, about to be sophomore student in high school, and I just wanted other people around. So I texted two of my friends, one of those friends being Callie. So once we actually get to the fair, this is when things start to turn around in this relationship. So Alex really wanted to go on this one ride that I hated to go on, and so did Callie, and I was like, ooh, I don't really want to go on this ride. I don't really like this ride. Maybe I'll just like wait down here. But of course, since it's summertime and everyone's out of school, the line for that ride was probably like a 45 to an hour wait, which is ridiculous, but they really wanted to go on it. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? I don't want to stand here and do nothing for 45 minutes. So my friend and I, we're just gonna go like get some food, and then I have both your guys' numbers. So like when you guys get off the ride, like text me when it's over and then we'll come meet up again. So my friend and I, we like went off and we like found some food to eat, got something to drink, just hung out for a little bit, kind of waited. Seemed to be like taking a long time. By this time like an hour had passed, and we're like, huh, it's really weird that this is taking so long. And so we're like, maybe we'll just like go walk around. And so we go to like walk past the ride and we don't see them in line. So we're like, oh, maybe they're like on the ride right now. So we wait and we wait and we just stand at the bottom of the line and we're like waiting. And the ride ends and everyone gets off and more people get on. And we like looked at the people that got off and we're like, none of those people are Alex or Callie. So by that point I was just like, huh, maybe that's weird. Maybe they like called us or texted us and didn't go through. So I texted both of them and I was like, hey, where are you guys? Like, we're at the ride. It's been quite a while. Long story short, they didn't text us or call us for 3 hours. Literally 3 hours. I was like getting really pissed off at that point, and I was just kind of like storming around like these fairgrounds, and I'm like, okay, where are they? Like, why are they ignoring me? Like, this isn't cool. This is so rude. Like, I'm getting really mad right now. Finally, after the 3 hours, both of them text my friend and I back at the same time. So we get like a whole bunch of text messages all of a sudden, be like, oh, hey, we're over by this. And then when we finally met up with them, I was like, hey, why didn't you guys like text us? And they're like, oh, we didn't see your messages. And I'm like, sure you didn't see our text messages. Then after that, everything seemed cool and seemed fine. So I just kind of was just like, maybe they really didn't get our text messages. But then why wouldn't they try to text us? I don't really know. I'll just let it go. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm not gonna let it bother me. So everything was good. So that was in August. And then for about a month, school started in like mid-August. So school started like a week after that. I had a class with probably like 4 to 5 of my decently close friends. And I would like, anytime I'd bring up Alex, I'd be like, oh yeah, Alex like said this to me at lunch today, or oh yeah, Alex and I were like talking about this. They'd give me like these looks, like not a super like obvious look, but a really subtle like, just kind of like a look of like pity. And I'm like, I would always ask them, like, what's wrong? Like, why do you guys like look so sad? And they would just kind of like look at each other and be like, oh, it's like nothing's wrong. And I'm like, okay, that's really weird. And this would like happen with everyone. This happened to like my friends that I had in that class. This would happen when I would talk to Callie. This would happen when I talked to my very single most best friend at the time that I'd been best friends with since 4th grade. She would even kind of look at me, like give me like a look of pity or something like that, or just like give me a hug out of nowhere. And I'm like, why are you giving me a hug? Like, why is everyone acting so weird? Is something wrong with one of our friends? Like, what is someone not telling me? But it's probably fine. It's probably just me like overreacting. And so I just kind of like went about my business, you know, going about my little sophomore year at high school. And so one day in about like mid-September, Alex at the time was just like, hey, I need to like talk to you at lunch. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. I was like, I have some Spanish homework that I need to work on because I was a procrastinator and waited to the very last second. My Spanish class was right after lunch. And then that's when he told me, he's like, hey, remember that day at the fair when we didn't get your text messages? Well, yeah, I was actually making out with Callie on the Ferris wheel. And then I was like, okay, I'm a sophomore. This is the first guy that I've ever liked that has liked me back. This is the first like guy I've ever dated. This is the first guy that I thought was basically my boyfriend, and then this happens and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, is this normal? Like, is this not normal? Like, I'm like, oh, maybe it'll just like never happen again. Like, oh, this is fine. And I didn't really know what to say, so I was kind of silent. So basically for that 3 hours, they were just running around like making out with each other, doing who knows what else. So yeah, so that happened. And I kind of just told them, I'm like, oh, you know, it's okay. I mean, like, just please don't ever do that again, because I'm a stupid sophomore in high school that had 0 experience with dealing with this kind of stuff. So I forgave him, like the stupid child that I was, and I continued to date him until December, and I finally was just like, you know what? I'm not feeling it. And I decided, I was just like, hey, whatever this is going on here, this needs to stop, because I know this is just a no anymore. And he was like surprisingly like really upset about it, and I'm like, why are you so upset? You're the one that like cheated on me. Also, let me tell you the cherry on top for this story. The reason all my friends were giving me pity looks was because they all knew. My best friend that I'd known since 4th grade knew and didn't tell me anything. Everyone in that class that would give me pity looks anytime I would talk about Alex knew. All of my friends knew, and not a single soul would tell me for the entire month that happened. And so when I went to tell my friends, I was like, so I found out Alex cheated on me at the fair with Callie one day. And all my friends were like, oh yeah, I already knew about that. And I'm like, excuse me, you what? You already knew about it and you didn't tell me? And they're like, well, we just felt like he should tell you himself. And I'm like, you guys are great friends. So yeah, that's the story that my first ever boyfriend or guy that I ever dated cheated on me with one of my best friends. I'm sorry this story time video was so exceptionally long, but I felt like it needed like a lot of I felt like it needed a premise to it to explain everything that was going on beforehand. And so yeah, and I'm just gonna stop talking now because now I'm making the video even longer than it really needs to be. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you want me to ever do any more storytime videos, or if you have any suggestions, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. And also don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. Out of breath from telling that story. I probably talked for like 20 minutes.